started Newcastle United 0, Liverpool 2. The first home defeat of the season, unfortunately. I mean, the way we defended for the goals today, even if they were probably offside or not, it's all over the place. We're not known to be like that this season, but that was so bad today.
Yes, unfortunately, it was inevitable that we were going to lose today. You know, Liverpool are a good side. Let's not take anything away from them. We know that they're doing poorly in the league, but we know that they've got a good side. And when I say inevitable, you know, you can't go the full season like unbeaten unless you've got a strong side with, you know, good squad depth. And unfortunately, we don't have that. And I talk about squad depth because I looked at the starting 11 today and I felt it was a dangerous move by Eddie Howe, and the reason why I say that is because we've got a final just around the corner, and I don't want to underestimate Liverpool in any way when I say this, but I felt like some of the changes should have been better today in terms of the starting 11. You know, even some of the fringe players, you know, that maybe wouldn't play in the final or that wouldn't play often, they should have been given a chance and let some of the main lads rest and give them that chance for the final to be ready to go. And I just felt, you know, that looking at the sides today, the lads were probably going to run on empty because they know they've got one eye on the final, and that's what it has been. You know, for the past couple of weeks we've been very poor since the confirmation of the final, and you can totally understand that, but we've taken our eye off the ball. You know, the results haven't been the same. We've been conceding too many goals, and you talk about the game today, it's Liverpool just carved more open because we know on paper they've got a very good side. And you know, looking at that starting 11 today, he gave Elliot Anderson his chance, and I'm all for, you know, young lads, English talents, local lads getting a chance, but I felt today Gordon should have played instead. That's just my personal choice, because he's a lad who, you know, he's from Liverpool, he played for Everton, and he would have known what it meant to, you know, to play up against Liverpool. And the lad's not playing in the final, so I don't understand why he didn't get given a game. But there was just today, you know, the whole game itself, there was no real energy from the side.
Wasn't Nick Pope. I mean, why are you doing that out the box? This is before a final as well, and he's done that. And that means, well, we can't have Dubravka because of cup time. It's going to be Karius, but why has Nick Pope done that? So this time the header, he wasn't going to get away with that.
Brainless, stupid. He didn't have to. I mean, Nick Pope, we know that he's a good keeper, and we know that for me, he's England's number one, and he's been fantastic, you know, since he signed for the club. The lad's going to be devastated because he's now missing the final. He's missing 3 games, and you know, would have been one of the biggest games of his life. And you know, it's the biggest game in our club's history to date. You know, playing in the final, and he's not going to be part of it. And you know, he was one of the main reasons why we've got to this final, because, you know, he kept us in a lot of the Carabao Cup games, and you know, you go back to the one against Crystal Palace, the penalty shot. But in terms of the game today, obviously we were already 2-0 down at the time, and the game was already done within about 20 minutes. It's just, for me, he didn't have to come out his box, and the fact he's gone like that, and he's made it totally obvious to the referee. You don't need VAR for that. It's a straight red card. For me, even if he just stayed in his box, if he got rounded in Liverpool scored, well, it was game over at 2-0 anyway. We know they've got good players. I mean, even if he was to take someone out and there was like some defensive cover, it's a yellow card at best, and you know, we'll go again. But the fact is, he's been given that straight red card. It's, I mean, the crowd were already, you know, on a low as it is, you know, for the way the game panned out. Listen, I can't defend the lads. You know, he's going to be devastated there. Eddie will be devastated. The talk now is Karius, and I think we're going to have to give the lad a chance in the final. I'm not a massive fan of him personally, but at the same time, as a Newcastle player and as a fan of the club, I've got to get behind him regardless. If it is to be Karius in the final, of course.
I've heard confirmation it will definitely be Karius in the final. Give him a chance. Well, we're going to a final, so it's just why either win it or we don't win it. That's the main thing. We had some opportunities, I thought. Maxi unlucky. Wilson, that's the one I'm a bit frustrated at. I think, to me, that he should have put that in.
Well, Maxi, he's one of them, isn't he? He's a box of tricks, but he's end product poor. And
I mean, it was a good save by Ellison. He had to tip it onto the bar, I thought.
He did make some good saves in that first half, and you know, maybe if we'd pulled one back, you never know. Even the 10 men, you know, had some chances, not too many, but our problem in recent weeks has just been, you know, not taking our chances, and that's why we are not getting the wins that we were at the start of the season. Yes, I know there's a lot of fatigued players, and there's a lot of there's a lot of changes obviously with the final being in the background, but I said about we haven't been the same, and I can totally understand that.
Well, that's it. Wilson one, I think that's the easiest out a lot. Do you think the ball by I think it was Gordon who played the ball. He's got to put that away. That's the one I'm really annoyed at. Do you think?
He should put it away, but I think it was a really good save by Alisson. I think he had a really good evening. As said, it's all ifs and buts. I mean, would it have changed the results? Well,
no, really, no.
I thought Liverpool today, they were the better side. They were on top. They started out the blocks really, really quickly. If you look back in the first half, they hadn't done it 20 minutes. And they are a world-class side. As said before, we know that Liverpool are not doing very well, but we know on paper they're a good side, and they will probably get top 4 at the end of the season. I don't have much faith that we'll get top 4, and I'm just being realistic. I think we probably are looking to get the Europa League, Europa Conference. Liverpool they've got the squad depth. I was looking at the second half and I'm thinking, if only we did that in the January. If only we brought more players in to strengthen our potential starting 11, because we've got a good starting 11, but when you look at the bench, it's very poor. We need to get to those levels. As I said, Liverpool had their own chances. They could have scored 4 or 5 today, in all fairness. But as said, the game petered out in a Liverpool win, and I can't take nothing away from them. They deserved it.
That's it. Well, it is the big one. Come a week tomorrow, whether we'll win it or not. The main thing is we're down Wembley. We haven't been to Wembley for over 20 odd years, and that's the main thing. Is we're going to somewhere we haven't been in 20 odd years.
I've said from the very get-go, it's nice that we've been able to, be rewarded with a trip to Wembley for our season's efforts, and whatever happens in the final, as long as the lads give it their best shot, that's all we can expect. For me, many of our Newcastle fans, it's the experience as well. The media will hype up Manchester United. There's no doubt they'll get all the coverage. They'll want Man United to win it, but if we play our own game and we give Man United a run for the money, then you just never know what can happen in the League Cup final. Look at the likes of Birmingham, for example. Playing Arsenal back in the day, they were long riding favourites to win it, and they could score a late winner with Martins, and I'm hoping for something like that. But as said, if we're going to Wembley and we win it, it's a bonus. If we don't, well, at the end of the day, we know who our favourites to win it. It has to be Man United because of their history and whatnot. But you just don't know what's going to happen in the final. But we'll wait and see. But yeah, bring on Wembley. Can't wait. On with the lads.
Absolutely. Well done.
Thank you.
Lawrence, Newcastle United 0, Liverpool 2. Based on the season. Goals for conceded. Switched off at the back.
Yeah, just our look, Nunes, all the slack he's had this season, maybe it's the price tag. I mean, I know he's obviously just trying to get adapted. I see him getting adapted to the Premier League, he can come good. Just our luck, he just gets a goal. After all the slack he's had this season. But then again, we should be doing better defensively for those goals. I mean, we improved actually after we went down to 10 men, but just not good enough.
Wasn't, I mean, we've got to talk about the red card. I mean, he was never going to get away with that. Anyway, you can't handle the ball outside the box as well, can you? I mean,
yeah, he just took the risk there, and got sent off. I'm more pissed off with that. The fact he's going to be out in the final. Just all luck that we lose our number 1 keeper for the final, and I'm just glad Karius will probably be able to play, providing he's come through. Providing he doesn't get an injury, because if we look at the Al Hilal game, he played well. Gillespie, I've got no faith in him. I mean, he was shocking in the under-23s game last year.
Karius, yeah, we've got him in just to a bit of backup cover. We did. So I'm all for giving him that chance. He has played. He will know what it's play like in finals. No matter what a competition is. I thought we had some chances as well, Maxi. I thought very well was saved by Alisson onto the bar. The one after I think Wilson to me should have scored.
Yeah, ASM. I'd say he was our best attacking threat. Isaac tried, but just didn't have it work come for him. Wilson should free score on that chance, but it's a good save from Alisson. I mean, I'm just frustrated that Liverpool have been shot away from home, but they've come to James Park and we've let them win 2-0.
Well, that's, we defended shot. So we mentioned that ball watch will be very critical. Well, yes, so we are going to lose, definitely. The good thing is, for the final, we're going to have Bruno's back from his ban. I think Target's going to be back as well. Possibly Willock hopefully as well.
Yeah, just I'd probably start Willock on the bench and go.
I wouldn't take Maxi up the side. I thought well.
Nah, I think midfield three, go Bruno, Longstaff, Julian. Target could give us an option off the bench.
Yeah, I think we'll see Ben and that stuff, but
Yeah, who else did we mention could be back?
St. Target, Bruno definitely. Bruno, we need back.
Absolutely, we've missed him, but then he was a difficult one with the end of the winter. Like, we'll just let Shelby go, then we've had Bruno suspended. Then Shelby's probably wanted out because of his lack of games.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised to put Anderson in there. I mean, I did feel for him having to come off early because they keep being sent off. Yeah, Gordon needed to start. I mean, especially if he's not going to be able to play next week. And yeah, it was a good chance for Wilson set up that Wilson just scored. But then, could argue Gordon could have went for goal himself.
What it is. But the fact is, whether we win it or not, we're going to Wembley. We haven't beaten Wembley in a competition for over 21 years. The main thing is we're just delighted we'll get ourselves there, whether we'll win the Paramount Cup or not.
Absolutely, you know, we've looked at clubs, even Sunderland and Bradford, Cardiff,
Hull,
Swansea, Hull.
Birmingham have won down there.
Yeah, a lot of clubs. We've looked at them and thought, why can't that be us?
Exactly.
But now we're getting our chance. And, you know, I would be more nervous if we were actually the favourites, because, Man United, the pressure will be on them, 6 years without a trophy.
The fact is, Man U, it all depends how they're going to be feeling with the game tomorrow. They've got Barcelona back on Thursday, so you just never know.
There's a good chance it could go to extra time there, and plus we've seen Birmingham beat Arsenal, we're going to beat Manchester City, even Leicester beat Chelsea. Hopefully they'll get to extra time by Barcelona, potentially even penalties.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done, Brendan.
Thank you.
Liam, Newcastle United 0, Liverpool 2. It's the first home defeat of the season. I mean, you got to look at the goals we conceded today. I mean, there was awful defending. We ball watched for those. We've not been like that a lot this season, but yeah, that was not great today.
No, it wasn't. That was Sunday League football. I thought it was like watching. And like you said, it was like watching Steve Bruce play, or the striker said that. One of you two said it. But point is, that was awful. At this level, you should not be doing it at this level.
Well, no, you shouldn't be. I mean, the way we'd let Nunez go through and Gakpo got through as well. It was just, what were we playing at the back there? We've been so good at the back as of late. Absolutely. I mean, Pope sent off, handling out the box. What's he thinking of? You cannot do that.
You cannot do that. As a former goalkeeper like myself, I was never a big fan of doing that because I was fearing about either getting lobbed or doing something stupid like that.
I mean, he's been known to come out the box and get it, but it just mistimed this time, unfortunately, and he's tried to do something which he was never going to get away with, unfortunately.
No, he wasn't. And even without VAR, that was a red card all day long.
Oh, absolutely. He didn't even VAR for that.
Even Steve Wonder could see it.
Well, absolutely as well. So, yeah. Which means, since Pope's suspended, Dubravka's cup tied, it's all down to Karius for the final. I'm willing to give him a chance. Actually, Karius, see what he can do. I thought he was really good in that friendly over in Saudi Arabia. We got this lad in to see what he can do. I'm willing to give him a chance completely.
Yeah, I'm willing to give him a try. Forget about that Champions League final. You know what? Get my mind right, don't you?
Oh, yes, against Madrid.
Yeah, that's out of my head. I'm going to forget about that and give him a chance in this final.
Well, yeah, he well knows what it's like. He's played in the finals in Europe as well, so give him a chance to see what he can do. Were you a bit surprised Anderson started? Because I really was, to be fair. I thought Gordon, for me, should have started considering he can't play in the final.
Yeah, I was surprised by that as well. I don't know why Gordon didn't play.
I was a bit bad. Is Eddie still working him in at the moment? To me, I think he should have played. It would have given a bit more speed, a bit more pace. I thought Max... do you know what I thought when we went down to 10 men? We still created some opportunities for ourselves. Maxi... unlucky, saved by Allison, who was on the bar. I think Wilson should have scored his chance, though.
Yeah, he should have done.
I mean, that was the easiest out the lot.
Yeah, it was.
It should have been. Definitely was probably the easiest out the lot as well. So, yeah. But the good thing is, for the final, we've got Bruno back. Target looks like he'll be back, and hopefully it possibly looked like Willock could actually be back for the final as well. So maybe we've lost a player, but we're getting some of the players back in the side.
Yeah, we missed Bruno massively.
See, the fact is, we've not won a game with when Bruno's been out the side, which has been the thing.
We're starting to become a one-man team now.
You could look at that in a way as well. Bruno's been so crucial there for us, get wins and all that as well, definitely. But I'm glad he's back for the final. That's the thing. We're going to need him for that. He walked straight in there for me. Yeah. Willock, I don't think walked straight in. I think Maxi played well today. I think he deserves to keep his place. And and he has been known to score against Man United as well, definitely, as well. But we're on to the big game come a week tomorrow. Whether we'll win this Carabao Cup or not, the main thing is off to Wembley in a domestic competition. We haven't done this for 20 odd years, so we're just looking forward to being there on the day majority, whether we win the tournament or not.
Well, all the pressure's on Man United, and you know in the media they're going to be cheering for Man United so much.
Well, that's it, isn't it? So, but it's just we're getting to Wembley. That's the main thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, last time we went to a cup final, I was only 1 year old.
Yeah, 99.
Yeah.
Under Ruud Gullit, what lost against Man United. It was in the FA Cup.
Arsenal.
Arsenal was before. It was Man United. But that's the main thing. I'm looking forward to Wembley next week. Whether we'll win the tournament or not, we haven't been in over 21 years, and that's the main thing. Well, then, thank you very much, Liam.